Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello everyone! Happy Thursday morning! Happy Thursday po! Sa magandang panahon ngayon that we're experiencing. It's medyo cool. Siguro ko kasi nag-uulan. But, meron kasi, diba, like I said yesterday, merong mga low pressure areas and we're going to be experiencing some rain in the next few days. Pero okay naman kasi po malamig yung panahon. But anyway, happy Thursday everyone, and a new day, a new dollar, a new peso, a new everything para sa mga nagtatrabaho. And of course, we have to be thankful to waking up to a new day because other people don't, right? Every day that we wake up is a blessing and something to be thankful for. No? So, welcome po sa mga ating mga tagapanood and our friends and family who are watching. Happy Thursday to you po. No? First order of the day, what are we gonna, as far as, of course, ang ating pong situation, no? Dito sa ating bansa. Nagkaroon po ng survey which shows shifting to COVID-19 alert level system effective in reopening the economy. Talaga naman po, nakabuti yung pag-alert level 1, no? Bumubuti po ang ating economy. Makikita niyo naman po all around yung mga negosyo, nagbukas na ulit, yung mga kainan, yung mga mall, ay puno na ng tao na pati bata at matanda, pwede na. So, a recent survey showed that the government's calibrated strategy of shifting to the COVID-19 alert level system was effective in reopening the economy. Ito pong sinabi ng kanyang today, no? Kagabi kasi yan. Based on the Social Weather Stations or SWS survey, 51% of Filipinos believe that the economy will improve more in the next 12 months. I believe so po rin. Kasi talagang makita mo dito na lang sa Pampanga, nagbukas na po maraming mga bagong negosyo as well as yung mga dating negosyo. Mga kainan, mga tindahan po, nag-reopen na. The Palace considers this rating classified as excellent by SWS and the highest net economic optimism since September 2019. Wow! As clear indication of how effective our calibrated strategy of shifting to alert level system to further reopen the economy, where more businesses are operating and more Filipinos are able to go to work, while ramping our COVID-19 vaccination drive. Yun nga po, hindi ba, pinag-usapan natin kahapon na magpapaso na kasi yung mga gamot, yung mga vaccine, ilang billion yun worth. So, kailangan i-dispense na, ibigay na po yung mga booster shots sa kinakailangan. Dapat sa mga mall, wala nang registration, first come, first serve na po yung pagbibigay ng mga booster na yan. Para magpasok, kasi sabi ni Joey Concepcion, by July, magpapaso na yung mga una-una pang vaccine, yung mga first and second shot. na vaccine magpapaso na. So, dapat ibigay na po yan. Sabi din ng Pangulong Duterte, meron siyang move to do house-to-house vaccinations. Baka pwedeng gawin na rin nga talaga yun. Total, yung restriction level natin ay maano na, yung infection rate, no? Ay mababa na. Ano lang naman yun, syempre, safety protocols, parang mga nagde-deliver lang yan ng mga Lazada at Shopee, magbakuna na rin, right? The alert level system was launched in Metro Manila in September 2021 in a bid to balance health and economy. And then are added that Filipinos have more reasons to feel confident about the future as President Rodrigo Duterte signed an order adopting a 10-point policy agenda. This indeed demonstrates that government has concrete plans to sustain our economic rebound. Okay? Ano po, the 10-point policy agenda po covers the following. Ano po ito? Okay? Well, gusto niyo makita, let me put it down so that you can see it. Sandali lang po. Pakita ko sa inyo. Pasensya na. 10-point policy, ito. Alright? Let me just show you so that you can all read it with me. Okay? Alright? Sandali lang. So just take less than a minute po, ha? Let me just get it. Sandali lang po. Please bear with me. I will get it. Para we can all read it and absorb together. Okay? Ay, mali. Ano nangyari sa akin? Ayan. Alright. Ayan po ang 10-point policy. Okay? Ay, mali. Ulitin natin. There. Okay, there you go. Okay? Ayan, okay, to go through it po. Ayan ang 10-point policy na pinapatupad. Okay? The 10-point policy agenda covers the following. To strengthen healthcare capacity, okay, accelerate and expand the vaccination program, further reopen the economy and expand public transport capacity, okay? Dahil po talaga ngayon kakulangan pa rin po ng transportation at oras-oras pa rin ang ginugugol to make pila, para magpila, para sumakay, no? At saka talagang nalilate pa rin ang ating mga mga employees. Resume face-to-face learning, ayan po ang in the works. Reduce restrictions on domestic travel and standardized local government unit LGU requirements. O nga, kasi hindi pare-pareho ang requirements na sa bawat mga LGU or mga probinsya eh. Relax requirements for international travel. Accelerate digital transformation through legislative measures. Ayan, ang pag-transform to digital, okay? Patupadin pang mas mabuti, pagbutihin mas mabuti. Provide for enhanced and flexible emergency measures through legislation. Shift the focus of decision-making and government reporting to more useful and empowering metrics. Ano naman talaga, para rin maiwasan yung mga fake news. So, mas maging efficient pa po ang ating news reporting or government reporting ng mga pag-disclose ng mga projects and all those things. Pagbuting mas mabuti, okay? Medium-term preparation for pandemic resilience. Okay? Ayan po, importante, right? Okay? Okay? So, yan po. Ang 10-point policy agenda na pinapaanohan ng gobyerno, right? Na itatackle po soon. Alright? Okay, so in connection to recovering from this COVID-19, okay, as the country encounters new pandemic-related challenges, okay, at the start of itong year na to, venture capital firm, ito pong 8 Ventures, okay, responds by continuing to lead projects and enterprises that support government tsaka private sector's initiatives in containing the COVID-19 pandemic while restoring the economy. According to 8 Ventures Chairman and CEO J. Ricky Bellerante, the company's assistance has been strategic to ensure the steady recovery of all essential sectors in the society caught in the crossfire of the pandemic. Okay. Since the beginning of the medical crisis, 8 Ventures has been at the forefront in securing the safety and development of the Filipino people with its mission to grow organizations that create and use new technologies to develop profitable business. Okay, we have always been sensitive to the needs of our people and the business community alike. These include our frontliners in the medical fields, the educators mandated to take care of our children's intellectual growth, and the business themselves to keep our economy running. So, in contributing to a better future amidst the pandemic, ito pong 8 ventures, okay? Okay? Pakita din natin po yung mga projects na ginawa nila, no? Well, sabihin ko na lang, has been active in supporting COVID-19 related efforts of medical institutions as far back as noong April 2020 po, donating a total of 250,000 to date to the Philippine General Hospital or PGH, Medical Foundation, and the Eastern Bicol Medical Center, the University of the Philippines Diliman, Silungang Molave, a new community isolation unit for UPD, also received additional monetary support from the company. The continuation of education throughout the lockdowns was another priority for the company. In close coordination with the DepEd and Undersecretary Rivse Escobedo, 8 Ventures helped equip Gubat National High School in Gubat, Sorsogon with computer equipment and supplies worth nearly 800,000. Okay? Although online classes have become necessary during COVID-19, on-campus learning is still believed to be the ideal setup, of course, as personal interaction between students and teachers is deemed important for child development. To ensure that the Gubat National High School students have the proper equipment when they return to the classrooms, 8 Ventures donated 15 desktop computer sets with the latest hardware that allows computers to run more powerful software that can be more relevant and useful to the classroom lessons. Okay. They also donated to equip the students and teachers with the latest technology to help them learn more and relevant skills such as graphic design. Okay. To support, the efforts of the school to implement distance learning, 8 Ventures also donated 8 printers with multiple sets of ink supplies per printer to help the teachers print modules for the students who don't have computers or smartphones. Very good. Sana all, di ba? Sana donate ang lahat ng LGUs ng mga company kagaya nito. The company also donated equipment for recording or streaming lessons for distance learning such as Android TV, microphones, speakers, and other lighting and soundproofing equipment. Okay? This is to help keep the teachers going on campus safe. They also donated 400 boxes of masks and 10 thermal scanners. Okay? So, ayan po ang mabuting ginawa ng 8 Ventures po para makatulong sa online education din. Okay? Tsaka yung mga healthcare workers. Okay? Other companies naman po that are supportive is isa pang company, Moneybees, supports Filipino earning cryptocurrency during the pandemic. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit the Philippines po, Filipinos have found a unique way to ease the hardship brought on by lockdowns. This is through playing or play-to-earn video games like yung po yung Axie Infinity, a blockchain game that allows users to earn cryptocurrency. Ang 8 Ventures cryptocurrency exchange service provider Moneybees started to support Axie players and managers by offering an easy way to exchange their earned SLP directly to peso through its partner over-the-counter OTC outlets and online trading desk. These partnerships were designed to make crypto transactions mas madali po, mas accessible, customer-friendly, and secure. So, ang Moneybees or MONEYBEES, like yung B na nagsisting, okay, Moneybees partner over-the-counter outlets are BSP licensed money exchangers, remittance agents, and pawn shops that can be found in strategic locations such as malls, casinos, and business centers. Okay, among the existing outlets are the Willen Villarica Pawn Shop in Market Taguig, the Tivoli Money Exchange in Glorieta 2 and Trinoma, Montiel Money Changer in the Venice Grand Canal Mall Taguig, and Sulit Money Changer in Intrepid Plaza just beside Eastwood City. Partner outlets such as the MB Aguirre Pawn Shop in South Center Tower, Alabang, the 88 Arcade in City of Dreams, Manila, the Go VIP Center in the Lemon Square Building, Quezon City, and Eris Merit in Newport Mall Resorts World Manila are strategically located within or near business hubs or leisure zones. Okay, Moneybees has also partnered with Tambunting and is already starting to roll out their branches nationwide. Okay, so yan po ang tulong na ginawa ng 8 Ventures po. Okay, all right. So ando pa rin po on another note, no? Okay. Uh, regarding sa travel, okay? Ang Philippines po is allowing, all right, the Philippines is allowing the use of rapid antigen tests as an entry requirement to the Philippines. Wow, di ba? Ano na tayo talaga ng restrictions to open our tourism industry, okay? So, yan po, tinatanggap na po ang antigen. Travelers entering the Philippines will now be allowed to use rapid antigen tests as an entry requirement instead, as long as they are performed by healthcare professionals from the country of origin. Okay? And in-announce po ito ng Malacanang kahapon. Communication Secretary Martin Andanar made this announcement as the country further eases COVID-19 restrictions. In a statement last night, Andanar said the Interagency Task Force, or IATF, for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases approved this recommendation during its meeting on Wednesday night, April 6. The use of rapid antigen tests for entry requirements in the Philippines will be allowed as long as they are administered and certified by a healthcare professional in a healthcare facility, laboratory, clinic, pharmacy, or other similar establishments from the traveler's country of origin. Initially, the government required international travelers to present a negative reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, or RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours before their flight to the Philippines, among other requirements. Last month, the IATF eased itong mga requirements na to ay, hindi na mas mahigpit. They eased down on these, requirements, easing the testing requirements to allow travelers to present a negative antigen test taken within 24 hours before the flight. This sa Amerika rin po, ganyan din nare-require eh. Kahit na 1 day before po may testing, no? Pero hindi ko lang alam kung sa Amerika, PCR test pa po yung hinihingi or pwede lang rin ang antigen. Alamin po later, no? The IATF has allowed the entry to the Philippines of fully vaccinated travelers from all countries noong March 25 po, inalaw na po yan. Meanwhile, Andanar said, the Philippines is now accepting and recognizing the national COVID-19 vaccination certificates of Bangladesh, Mexico, Panama, and the Slovak Republic for purposes of arrival quarantine protocols, as well as for interzonal movement. This is in addition to other countries, territories, jurisdictions whose proofs of vaccination the IATF has already approved for recognition in the Philippines, and without prejudice to such other proofs of vaccination approved by the IATF for all inbound travelers. Okay? The Bureau of Quarantine, the Department of Transportation, One Stop Shop, and the Bureau of Immigration are directed to recognize only the proofs of vaccination thus approved by the IATF. To date, the country recognizes the vaccination certificates as sufficient proof of vaccination of 73 countries worldwide. All right? Okay, so magandang balita po yon, di ba? Na medyo lumuwag-luwag na yung ating restrictions. All right? Very good. Okay. So, all right. Sandali lang po Sandali lang po. Anyway, so kahapon po pinag-usapan natin yung mga financial checklist para sa mga mag-aasawa, di ba? Pero mamaya, meron pa tayong ibang pag-uusapan. Alright? In the meantime, kanina po, I was there was a list of yung mga, anyway, malapit na po ang elections is nearing, and of course, it's election time and campaign time. People were saying before that kaya daw binaba yung restrictions kasi para makapagkampanya freely ang mga kandidato. Well, Pero hopefully, totoo naman talaga na bumaba na ang ating infection rates, right? So, we should trust, okay, of course, it's hard because of all the mga past, mga fake news and all the mga hakurapness, but, I'd like to trust that this is what's happening right now, na talaga pong bumaba ang mga infection rates, kaya pwede na rin yung alert level 1 na ang lahat, right? Okay, on another note, okay, yan nga, because I was talking about the virus and regarding elections, binabantayan ngayon ng Department of Health or DOH ang Omicron XE makaraang ma-detect sa Bangkok, Thailand. Nakikipag-ugnayan na umano ang DOH, World Health Organization, para mabatid kung ano ang katangian ng bagong variant. In other words, the Department of Health is on a standby regarding Omicron XE after it was detected in Bangkok, Thailand. The DOH is in coordination with the World Health Organization in knowing and finding out the traits of this variant and what are the strains, okay? The World Health Organization has disclosed that the Omicron XE is more contagious than other variants, okay? So now there's a concern regarding Omicron XE because of this prevailing, the existing campaign of ito pangangampanya pa sa Pilipinas because of elections. So it's a concern na baka dumami ang magkaroon na naman ng sixth wave or however many waves ng infection dahil sa pagkakandidato ng ating mga what do you call this, pagka-campaign ng ating mga kandidato, okay? Kasi nangangamba ang Omicron XE because of all these public gatherings. It's been more than a month. It's almost it's been it's almost a month before election day. So all of these candidates are all busy sa kanilang pangangampanya. Kaliwat kanan ng campaign rallies at kahit na in the farthest ends of the country ay gustong maabot ng mga kandidato. The crowds in these campaign rallies are what we should fear because of social distancing na hindi na-experience. Lalo na po yung mga nagpapagbigay ng mga t-shirt, ng mga whatever, or pera, lalo tuloy nagsisiksikan ng mga tao. It's possible that they can be contaminated at magkaroon na naman ng surge. Marami sa mga tao hindi nagsusuot ng face mask. If you see the videos, they're not even afraid anymore to get the virus sa pagkukumpulan para lang makita yung kanilang mga kandidata and of course, makuha yung mga libreng freebies na pinapamigay. Nagpahayag din ng concern ang Okta Research Group na posibleng dumami muli ang COVID-19 kung hindi mapapasunod sa mga campaign rally and health protocol. Sabi ng Okta, malalaman ngayon buwan na ito at sa Mayo kung magkakaroon ng pagdami ng kaso. The infectious disease expert Dr. Ranjin Salante said, even though the Philippines has a high immunity rate because of the fully vaccinated people, in this day, it is not a guarantee that it will last long. According to Salante, 3 up to 4 months lang ang tinatagal ng bakuna. Okay? Actually, ang nangangamba siya, he is anxious because sa dami ng mga taong dumadalo sa kampanya at hindi na nasusunod ang health protocols, posibleng magkaroon ng surge. According to Salante, there might be a case of an increase in infections because of this election. Ang ganitong scenario, ang pinapangambahan ay nangyari sa India noong Mayo 2021, kung saan dumami ang kaso ng Delta variant at 250,000 ang namatay. Sa dami ng namatay, sa open space na lamang sinusunog ang mga bangkay. Ang iba nito tinapan sa Ganges River. Posibleng ganito ang mangyari sa Pilipinas kung magpapatuloy ang pagdagsa ng tao sa campaign rallies. But what are you gonna do? It's campaign season. Kaya nga dyan nagkaroon yung speculation na, di ba, na kung totoong stage na lang yung pagbaba ng infection para lang makapag-rally, makapag-kampanya. I hope not, right? Because tayo rin mo na magsasuffer, my God. sa pagtanggap-tanggap ng mga freebies na yan sa pagkampanya. Tataas naman ulit ang infection, di yung economy na naman mamamatay. Isa-isip sana ng mga kandidato at supporters ang ligtas na pangangampanya para makaiwas sa muling pagdami ng kaso. Magkaroon na ng araw sa nakaraan kung saan marami nagkasakit at namatay. We should continue to monitor this Omicron XE, right? Rightfully so. Okay? Rightfully so. Okay. Now, okay. Naghahang po ang aking computer. So anyway, please feel free po to field your questions, okay? And we will answer it as best we could. And at the same time, also, please feel free to send us your suggestions for topics to discuss. And if you have resource people that you want featured here on the show to give us information and kaalaman sa kung anong kaalaman tungkol sa teknolohiyang na ginagamit, right? Please feel free so to send me through my email, techiemommy@gmail.com, or message me on Messenger or on my Facebook account, okay? All right. Okay? Regarding naman lifestyle. Okay? Sandali lang po. At naghahang. All right. In Spain po, no? In Spain has criminalized the harassment or intimidation of women going for an abortion under new legislation approved nitong Wednesday po by the Senate. The move, which involved changes to the penal code, means anti-abortion activities who try and convince women not to terminate their pregnancies could face up to a year behind bars. Ayan, bawal na nilang i-harass. Kasi ang Spain, yan, Catholic country, diba? So the move, which involved changes to the penal code, means anti-abortion activists who try and convince women not to terminate their pregnancies could face up to a year sa kulungan, all right? The measure was proposed by Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's Socialist Party and will come into effect after being published in the official state bulletin in the coming days. Anyone trying to impede a woman from exercising her right to voluntarily interrupt pregnancy through bothersome, offensive, intimidating, or threatening acts will face jail time of between 3 months to 12 months of community service. Itong sinabi, no? In practice, the legislation criminalizes protests outside of abortion clinics. The ban also applies to the harassment or intimidation of healthcare professionals working at these abortion clinics. Kasi binabato sila, pagpapasok sila sa trabaho, hinaharas, minumura. Staunchly Catholic Spain decriminalized abortion in 1985, okay? In cases of rape, if a fetus is malformed or if a birth poses a serious physical or psychological risk to the mother. But the scope of the law was broadened in 2010 to allow abortion on demand in the first 14 weeks of pregnancy. Praying is not a crime. Even so, Spanish women still face obstacles with most obstetricians and gynecologists in the public sector refusing to carry out such procedures. Especially nga Catholic country yan, no? When going to a private clinic, women are sometimes confronted by anti-abortion activists who try and persuade them not to end their pregnancies. As the legislation was being debated, anti-abortion activists from the Right to Life platform rallied outside the Senate against the criminalization of their protests. Praying is not a crime, and we will continue to pray and offer our help to all those women who need it, so that they can see that abortion is not the only solution, said spokeswoman Immaculada Fernandez in a statement. More than 6,000 children were born last year thanks to the help of pro-life groups, and none of the mothers regretted giving birth. According to a 2018 study by ACAI, which represents abortion clinics, 89% of Spanish women said they had felt harassed when attending an abortion clinic, and 66% said they felt threatened. Sanchez's government is also working on a law to ensure that all public hospitals will offer abortions, and further legislation that will allow 16 and 17-year-olds to end the pregnancy without permission from their parents as they currently can in the UK and in France. Okay? All right. Tungkol naman of course sa Russian in connection to the Russia-Ukraine na gera or kaguluhan na nangyayari, okay? Dito sa Amerika po, no? In Washington. Dali lang po, ha? What's happening? Ay, nakabara pa pala ito sa face ko pang 10 point na ito. Sorry. Okay. In Washington regarding tungkol to kay Putin, ha? In Washington po, little is known po about Russian President Vladimir Putin's daughters. Okay, may mga anak po siya. They were sanctioned on Wednesday by the U.S. government over Moscow's atrocities in Ukraine. The U.S. Treasury identified the daughters as Katerina Tikhonova, a tech executive whose work supports the Russian defense industry, and Maria Vorontsova, who leads state-funded genetics research programs personally overseen by Putin. A senior U.S. official said, Washington believes Putin's assets are hidden with family members. According to Putin's official biography on the Kremlin's website, his daughter Maria was born in 1985 before the family moved to Dresden, where Putin served as a KGB agent. Sabi nga niya, di ba, war criminal daw itong si Putin. A second daughter, Katerina, was born the next year in Dresden. The only known photo of the women shows them as little girls with bows and blonde braids. In rare remarks over the years, Putin has disclosed that his daughters received their university education in Russia, speak several European languages, and live in Russia. Putin also has grandchildren. Not much is known officially beyond that, as the Kremlin has kept Putin's family life firmly out of public sight. According to Russian media reports, Vorontsova is an endocrinologist who is involved in a large medical research company focused on cancer treatment with ties to the government. Russian media have identified Tikhonova as a mathematician who heads a science and technology foundation affiliated with Russia's leading state university. Mga matatalino naman ang mga anak, mga babae na professionals. Tikhonova is also a professional acrobatic rock and roll dancer, wow, who has taken part in prestigious international competitions, according to those reports. Videos from those tournaments showed Tikhonova wearing glistening fitted costumes, stepping into her partner's hands and being catapulted into the air for flips and somersaults. Siyempre, parang ano yan eh, ballroom dancing effect or acrobatic dancing nga. Tinabato-bato, tinatapon-tapon. Yan na ngayon ng ang parang mga ballroom dancing at competition, kasali na yung pag-itcha-itcha, right? During a press conference in 2019, Putin declined to directly answer a question about his daughter's growing business clout and their ties to the government, never actually acknowledging that Vorontsova and Tikhonova were his children, and referring to them simply as women. Wow. Okay. Okay, hold on a second, please. Sandali lang po. Okay. I am proud of them. They continue to study and they work, Putin said during another press conference several years earlier. They are not involved in any business activity and they are not involved in politics. They are not trying to push their way anywhere. In an interview in 2020, Putin said he doesn't want to share any information about his family because of security concerns. Tsaka lalo na ngayon, alam niya yung ginawa niya, just me. He did disclose that he has grandchildren but wouldn't say how many. I have grandkids. I am happy. They are very good. So sweet. I really enjoy spending time with them. Okay. All right. So that's it. Okay. Regarding that. Regarding si Putin. Okay. So, of course, vacations are being planned now because of travel restrictions being less rigid and strict. So, ang dami-dami pong airlines ngayon nag-o-offer ng cheap travel tickets, no? So, mag-avail na po tayo, pero syempre, kahit na ganun, nagmamaskara pa rin po tayo. So, of course, sa airport, sa airplane, pero pagpunta sa probinsya o ibang country, depende na rin sa kanilang mga protocols, okay? So let's talk about the working environment in the Philippines po. The Philippine economy, 2022. Okay, what do we foresee? Well, dali po lang, check ko lang. Okay, let's talk about Philippine economy in this 2022 pandemic. The Philippine Statistics Authority reports that unemployment in February settled at 6.4%. This was the same as the January print. Employment rate then landed at 93.6%. The number of underemployed fell from 14% to 14% from 14.9% in January. Di ba? Magandang balita. The Philippine gross domestic product grows by 7.7% in the fourth quarter of 2021. This is according to the PSA, or the Philippine Statistics Authority. This is a rebound from a decline of negative 8.3% in the fourth quarter of 2020. On an annual, kasi naman fourth quarter talaga, 2020 is malala pa, no? On an annual basis, 2021 GDP grew by 5.6% from a decline of negative 9.6% in 2020. Thank you, Lord. Ito ang sinabi ng PSA, okay? Maganda, di ba? That's good news, right? Very good. Yun po. Regarding naman po, workers abroad, okay, because pinag-usapan natin yung trabaho, ito po magandang balita galing sa Canada. Alright? Canada needs 1 million workers over the next 5 years. Okay? Canada needs about 1 million workers in the next 5 years to compensate a serious labor shortage as birth rates have fallen and more Canadian youth move to big cities. Okay? For higher paying jobs in the financial, communication, and service jobs, and skilled manpower for other sectors in the economy has decreased in the last decades. Ay, narinig niyo yung walkie-talkie namin maingay. Meron po kasi akong walkie-talkie dito sa house. My child bought this, no, when we moved here to Pampanga kasi may second floor kami. Para instead of kakatukin pa ata, tawagin siya, magkain, or to communicate with people upstairs, we just have a walkie-talkie. Di ba convenient, no? Technology again. Anyway, so the Philippines has entered into bilateral labor agreements with the various provinces of Canada like Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta, where thousands of overseas Filipino workers have settled since 2004 in the oil-rich area. Ano naman kayang klaseng mga trabaho ang pwedeng pasukin, right? Hello there, Miss Angelica. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday to you, Miss Angelica. Okay. Happy Thursday, and thank you so much for always supporting. Okay, happy Thursday. Okay, and I hope you have a nice weekend ahead of you planned. Okay. Sorry, ngayon ko lang napansin yung message kasi ngayon lang ako napatingin doon sa monitor. Anyway, so as I was saying, ang Canada po nangangailangan, alright? The Philippines has entered the bilateral labor agreement with the various provinces. Ulitin ko lang, Canada, sa Canada po, like Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta, where thousands of overseas Filipino workers have settled since 2004 in the oil-rich area. Several provinces in Canada have been given permission by Ottawa to hire temporary foreign workers until 2024. And the Filipinos are in a unique advantage of applying for these jobs because of their English-speaking skills. Diba? Plus talaga para sa atin na marunong tayo mag-English. And see that? Mas marunong magkaroon. What is it? It's easier. It's a bigger chance for Filipinos to be able to work abroad because of their English-speaking capacity, right? Recruitment consultant and immigration expert Manny Gaslani, however, warned that direct hiring by some immigration consultancies and bloggers posting hundreds of jobs should be avoided by aspiring Filipinos who want to land jobs in Canada. Bakit? The Philippine Overseas Employment Agency has accredited several licensed recruitment agencies for thousands of jobs available in Canada. And under the recruitment of these agencies, a placement fee is not allowed. Okay, ayan ha. Hindi pala kailangan. So huwag kayong magbabayad, scammer lang yon. If a Filipino applies with immigration consultant or an agent blogger of Merchant Capital Limited, he will spend no less than 30 to 50,000 for the services. Oh my gosh. $30 to $50,000? Gislani said interested job seekers may apply with POEA licensed agencies who have been given accredited Canadian job orders where an applicant will only spend for his passport. Even medical exams may be shouldered by the potential employer. Maganda naman yun. Magandang balita yun, right? Definitely. So, kung type niyo pong, feel niyo pong mag-Canada, ako parang gusto ko, no? America, Canada naman. Yep. But that's really good news, okay? So where do they go? Well, I think maybe ang Canada may website. Tingnan nyo na lang kung anong mga offers na job, okay? Alright. My throat is getting dry. Anyway po, on another note, okay? Ang dami pong nangyayari na fake news and misinformation that is actually a perennial problem sa internet. And in the advent of technology, yan po talaga, yes, as we are able to know news as it happens, live stream and, marami rin pong fake news pa rin na nagpo-proliferate. Right? So, ang dami-dami pa rin talaga. So, kailangan pa rin tayo always to be alert na hindi tayo magpa-fall victim to this fake news that goes around, specifically regarding the virus, the vaccine, okay? Ngayon, yung mga elections, yung mga trash talk regarding candidates or bad information that they're putting out there, bad campaign or bad publicity. Please, before we believe or before we even also repost something or spread it, we have to verify first kung totoo, okay? Because meron na pong criminal or jail time na tinitignan ang mga nagkakalat ng fake news, ang mga naghahack, these cyber criminals, they have a place in the jail or they can face jail time. So please, let's be vigilant about these things, okay? All right. So please be careful what you read on the internet or even on your social media apps or platforms that you belong to, okay? Meron konting dito, news about COVID-19 regarding risk of blood clots. Meron pa ng question. Okay. Totoo po ba that yung COVID-19 increases risk of blood clots for up to 6 months? Well, in Paris, France, people who have had COVID-19 have an increased risk of developing serious blood clots for up to 6 months after getting infected, even in mild cases. Wow. Previous research has indicated, okay, hindi ito maganda. Ako nagka-COVID na ako, tapos nag-opera ako. Siguro ito ba yung reason kung bakit yung blood flow po sa aking operated leg ay hindi maayos? Let's find out, okay? Previous research has indicated that COVID raises the risk of blood clots, but the new study in the BMJ Medical Journal shows how long the threat can linger. Okay. I had COVID-19 last year. So that was like July, August, September, October, November. Not over 9 months ago. So hindi naman siguro apektado tong aking veins at arteries sa leg. Kaya ayaw gumaling. To find out, researchers compared data from more than 1 million people in Sweden's national registries who contracted COVID-19 from February 20 to May 21, with a controlled group of over 4 million who did not test positive. Okay? They found that those with COVID-19 had a higher risk of pulmonary embolism, a blood clot that blocks arteries in the lungs, up to 6 months after infection. There were also an increased danger of deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot normally in legs, up to 3 months after contracting COVID-19. Okay. After adjusting for a range of factors, they found out that a 33-fold increase in the risk of pulmonary embolism for those who had COVID-19, as well as a 5-fold rise for deep vein thrombosis. Okay? People who suffered severe symptoms from COVID, those with pre-existing conditions were more at risk. Okay? Itong paggamit nitong ano na to, right? But even people na ang pagkabaksin pala at saka yung pagkakasakit ng COVID-19. Tandaan natin po that even people who had mild cases that did not need hospitalization, such as myself and my family, had a higher danger of pulmonary embolism and deep vein thrombosis. Oh no! Oh no! The chance of clotting was higher during the first wave of the pandemic than later stages, which the researchers said was due to vaccine coverage and better treatments as time went on. Okay? Well, sa akin naman, hindi naman, I hope not, right? The researchers said their findings had major policy implications, calling for more treatment to prevent blood clots from developing, particularly in the high-risk cases, okay? They also emphasized that the results highlighted the importance of getting vaccinated. In a linked editorial, researchers from the University of Glasgow, not involved in the study, said it reminds us of the need to remain vigilant to the complications associated with even mild SARS-CoV infection. Okay. All right. So that's the end of that article. Hold on, please. All right, so let's talk about the surroundings and how this technology and our environment, because nowadays talaga po the topic of sustainability and eco-friendly environment and how to improve our world, save the environment. Okay. On this note, I'd like to talk about something that helps the green economy that we want to have, or sustainable communities. Okay? May nagtanong, how to manage e-waste? Okay? Di ba kasi yung mga totoong waste tinatapon, right? Bring a treatment, storage, and disposal facility. Okay? Have you ever wondered where your irreparable battery, cord, or plug-dependent devices go? And do you know that improper disposal of these items may threaten public health? A 2019 report from a new circular vision for electronics, Time for a Global Reboot, showed that 80% of e-waste, okay? Ito ang tinatawag naman na e-waste. Kahit na hindi to physical waste, goes to a landfill or is informally recycled, while less than 20% is formally recycled. Citing that report, Jover Larion of the Eco Waste Coalition, or EWC, said that the study also revealed that informal recyclers in developing countries like the Philippines handle e-waste by hand, which expose them to hazardous and carcinogenic substances such as mercury, lead, and cadmium. Other e-waste excreted chemicals include hexavalent chromium, polybrominated diphene, ethers, PBDs, polyvinyl chloride plastic, and many others. Okay? So, yun po yung mga toxic na yan. Larian reiterated that improper e-waste management such as burning, yung dumping po, yung mga fluorescent light, breaking leaded glasses of television picture tubes, tsaka yung pag-dismantling ng e-waste sa kalye at sa mga alley might lead to exposure and release of the above-mentioned toxic chemicals. So, wag po kayo, yun mga, paano yung nagpupulit ng mga basag na bote, baka sila yung ma-expose, no? Items, ano ba ang mga items na considered as e-waste? Okay, one ng papel, ilista. Alright, anything, okay? This is e-waste, okay? Let me tell you now. Anything with a battery, okay? Electric cord, okay? Or plug that reaches at the end of its life is considered e-waste, okay? Common examples of e-waste, okay? Pakita nga natin to picture. It's good to note this, Okay, let me just show you. There you go. Ito po yung nangyari. Hold on. Okay. There you go. Ito ang mga sinasabi nating e-waste. Naririnig ko ang boses ng kapitbahay ko hanggang dito. That's my hilaw na cousin-in-law. So let's show you the e-waste I'm talking about. Ito po, ayan. So anything na may battery, ayan, yan ang e-waste, okay? Okay. Anything with battery, electric cord, or plug that reaches the end of its life is considered e-waste. Common examples of e-waste include non-functional appliances. Yan po electric cookers, okay, stoves, coffee maker, toasters, refrigerators, washing machine, air conditioners, fans, stereo, and TV sets, desktop computers. So sabihin na natin lahat ng appliance, no? Larian said in an online interview with Manila Bulletin, okay? Other typical samples he cited are broken or obsolete gadgets, such as yung mga teleponong sira, mga basag, laptops, tablets, chargers, remote controls, busted lamps, incandescent bulbs, fluorescent lamps and LED lights, spent batteries, okay, yung mga gamit na baterya, and other unwanted electrical and electronic products, including broken electronic cigarettes, ayan, yung mga e-cigarette, or vapes, at saka worn-out electronic toys. Ayan po ang tinatawag na e-waste. Okay? Paano mag-e-waste management? A person generates approximately 3.9 kilograms of waste, including electrical and electronic equipment, which totals 32,664.41 metric tons of e-waste per year, according to the 2019 Environmental Management Bureau, or ang EMB data, and the Global Environment Report. To manage these wastes, Clarion advised Metro Manila residents, okay, to bring their items to the country's first barangay run facility located in Barangay 176, Bagong Silang sa Caloocan po ito. Nilaunch po ito noong November 2020. For residents near Dampait, Malabon, a similar government-supported e-waste treatment, storage, and disposal facility was installed within the area last March. Sana by now, marami na rin po nag-proliferate na gantong mga facility na makakatulong sa pag-manage ng e-waste. There are ways to prevent e-waste from entering landfills, such as keeping the public informed on safe e-waste management, providing drop-off points, and supporting environmentally sound recycling efforts. Big or small, all e-waste must be properly recycled or disposed of to conserve resources and prevent their toxic components from polluting the environment. Okay? Larion also highlighted the need for an extended producer responsibility or EPR system for electrical and electronic equipment. If there is a functional EPR system in place, the manufacturer of an electronic product will be responsible for the product, tsaka in the whole product life cycle, especially for the take-back, recycling, and disposable after a product's useful life. Sa Amerika po, yung mga used cellphone, pwede nyong i-ship back dun sa manufacturer, kinukuha nila yung recycle. Right? Okay, sana meron tayong lahat ganito. Aside from e-waste facilities, the national government and private entities also implemented programs such as the Safe PCB and E-Waste Management Project, conducted by the Department of Environment, Natural Resources, or DENR, and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO. According to Larion, the said project aims to demonstrate best available techniques and best environmental practices in the sustainable management of e-waste. Okay? Ang Globe naman din implemented the E-Waste Zero initiative to recover and recycle old mobile phones, broken chargers, and electronic gadgets. At the same time, the UP Circuit conducted the E-Waste Project to raise awareness of and promote the collection and recycling of e-waste. Okay? To monitor e-waste movement, generators, transporters, treatment, storage, and disposable facilities of hazardous waste must be registered with the EMB. To be able to get a permit to transport and manifest chain of study document as stated by the DNR. So on that note po, okay, maraming salamat po. Nagtatapos tayo tungkol sa environment, no? Pagpapabuti ng environment and how to improve it. Thank you very much for joining me today po. This has been Jay Bautista for Buhay Online. Meron pa po tayong isang araw makipagbalitaan tomorrow, Friday. And of course, I trust that you have a good lunch waiting for you. As ako po, naamoy ko na ang aming pagkain na sinigang tsaka bangus na niluto sa tausina, courtesy of my beloved partner, Jenny Lacap. Thank you very much. Opo, ang aking cook ng buhay ko. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. At magkita-kita po tayo ulit bukas. Maraming salamat!
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.